based on Breezy's defense on Madison Booker really seemed to be off the charts today. Was it she was doing that just within the game, or had that been the game plan to say we're going to stick her on, just Bree on her and maybe not rotate?
I mean, we knew Breezy was the primary defender. We knew she was going to have to come out of the game at some point. And I thought everybody else that guarded her, Tessa came in, did a pretty good job on her, but I think she just had a really off night. I think part of that was us. The other part was just she was missing Chippy. She's missing mid-range shots. I mean, she's a 50% shooter. So part of that was, the luck of the CLA's lid being put on the rim for her. But we're fortunate. We're fortunate. We took care of home because we got to go there and play, and it's probably going to be enough tough game.
We'll stay on that side, Joe.
Hey, Dawn, you guys got beat in the turnover battle again, but you were able to shoot around 51%. How does continuing to take good shots allow you guys to win these games?
It's all about taking good shots. I think you can have a night as far as having as many turnovers as we had, with taking good shots. You lose games taking bad shots, and for us, we're finally getting to that point where we're taking better shots and we're taking rhythm shots, and it's paying off for us, especially in a game like this.
You've talked a lot this year about Sanaya and kind of some of her ups and downs, but what did you see from her today? It seemed like she was pretty involved at both ends, was a big part of helping fill that void without Watkins.
I mean, she's just giving it up on both sides of the basketball. She is. I think once a player has a breakthrough of just not putting obstacles in front of them, they just have the breakthrough. She didn't. I mean, she had a pretty good game. I mean, from a statistical standpoint, but all the other stuff, the intangibles, she always kept her feet above the bigs. She was communicating out there and directing, and when you have someone that has sat for as long as she sat and is playing as well as she played, that is it. That's what we've been trying to get from Fagan for 3 years now. Her freshman year, she coasted. She just let Aaliyah do what she needed to do, and then she coasted a little bit more. But now I think it's just her talent as well as will.
You've had these, deep, well-balanced teams in the past. What do you think makes this group different?
I think they're a product of who we are. I mean, that's who we've been. I think they like each other. Like the teams that we've had really good chemistry and success, they like each other. They want to play for each other. They want each other to only look good, and they hold each other accountable. So this team is in line with that.
Going off of the Fagan question, Raven also seemed to have a huge impact on this game on both ends of the floor. When she's on like that, just how much is she impacting a huge game like this?
I mean, Raven just wants to win. That's it. She's all about winning, and she's won. Like, she's won state championships. She came here to South Carolina. She was like, I'm coming to win championships. Like, and you look at her like, oh, yeah, right. Like, I mean, she doesn't really know how hard it is to win championships, right? So, but she's only won. She's only won. She doesn't care about the stats, although not having great stats would probably, from her mind and probably her family's mind, wouldn't put her in the position of being drafted high in the WNBA draft. But I mean, all the intangibles, like she can go in and do what she's doing right now and not skip a beat, because she defends, she rebounds, she communicates. She could be the fifth option in an offense and still be okay with her contributions. At the end of the day, she's a winner.
Joyce got a few buckets today on some repost, and then, of course, ran the floor in transition really well. But what type of work do you think she does without the ball that helps sets her up to get her some really good looks?
I mean, Joyce is unafraid. Joyce is relentless. Joyce has the unfortunate position of having to guard some really bigs, and she doesn't shy away from it. Like, she embraces the physicality of it. I mean, it's not very many freshmen can hold their own from a physicality standpoint, but she's highly motivated. She wants to win. She wants to do well, and you know, I'm glad she chose us because we're getting to see all those things, not just her scoring points and getting rebounds, but the fight, to defend, to play physical, to be to give up a few inches and not really care.
Sticking with like individual performances, we saw Malaysia, step up defensively and take on Rory Harmon, and this isn't the first time she's had, kind of a tough matchup in that sense. How do you feel like she's progressing defensively?
When Lay's locked in, I mean, she impacts it on both sides of the basketball. I think I would like for her to really understand her power from a defensive standpoint. So we're always encouraging her, I'm always, the only reason why she comes out of the game is her not defending. Other than that, it is when she does this. So I think she's finally understanding her power on both sides of the basketball, and I hope she can consistently give us that.
You talked about Bree's defense, and obviously that was a highlight today, but one specific play that kind of stuck out on my end was, she cut back door, Joyce's defender collapsed, she hit Sanaya, who found Joyce wide open. The type of kind of assists that aren't going to show up on the stat sheet. Could you just talk about Bree's ability to see the floor, especially, that second to last pass before a basket?
It's called a hockey assist.
Yeah.
It's that. Like, I mean, we need Breezy making more of those decisions. She sometimes gets a little overzealous wanting to score the basketball, so she misses out on those opportunities to create hockey assists for us. I thought today she just put it all together for us. Like the pace that she was playing with on the defensive side of the ball, the focus, and then offensively, she had a big shot. Like, she hit a big three when I think they cut into our lead. It might have been 12 points, and she knocked down the big three. She's always ready. Like, she's playing like the senior that we expected.
Just from a team perspective, when Vic was in here, he kept saying the word tough over and over and how you guys were just a tougher team today. And just when it comes to toughness, how much is toughness coached and how much of toughness is just what your players have to bring out of themselves in a big game like today?
I mean, it's both. It's both. But I would say with our team, they seem to really focus in when there's a number beside our opponent. They practice a little better. They're more focused. They talk less. They knew the intangibles of this game would play a huge role in us winning or losing. And those intangibles are, those 50-50 balls. The intangibles are when your man is beating you, to trust, the help, and stay in the play and not give up on anything. I think it's ingrained in them to do that from a want to win, and it's ingrained in them through our coaching staff.
Hey, Don. Steve Reed from the Associated Press. You won a few titles here. What is it you like about this team? And when you go home at night, do you give yourself a concern like, hey, we've got to get better at this?
I like the fact that we haven't reached our potential. Like, we're still getting better. We're still getting used to it. And then we have an injury like Ashlyn, and then we're still formulating who we are, and this league will tell us. This league will tell us who we are. It will define who we are. And then, what, in the successes that we have, the years that we've been very successful, we've been a great rebounding team, right? That's one. Two, we've been a efficient field goal shooting team, and we're not there, as far as the numbers. You can look at the NCAA numbers and it's like, oh, you're in, 12, and you need to be around one or two, top 5 in those categories, because there are really good teams out there that's going to challenge those 2 areas, and we're getting better. We're taking better shots. The rebounding thing, we have 20 offensive rebounds. Fortunately for us, that toughness and that will to play through it really helped us. But giving up 20 offensive rebounds will kill you probably any other night besides today.
Don, you touched on it a second ago there, but you emphasized coming into this game just how important controlling the post would be tonight. I'm just curious how you would evaluate your team's performance in that regard.
We won. I think we won that battle. We won the battle from a scoring standpoint. We didn't win the rebounding battle, but everything below that, like the extra effort, we really concentrated on making sure they got no direct passes in their post and not playing behind them. And the times that we did play behind, something bad happened. So we'll clean that part of it up. But I'm just really proud of them because they are playing together. They're playing for Ashland. They're playing to make sure that people don't look at us as not contenders.
Coach, there was a sequence in that second quarter where things got really physical on the floor. There were some calls made or not made, whatever it was, and it felt like that was maybe a chance for Texas to try and get back in that game. But your team held firm and then ended the half up 17. What does that say about the strength of your team?
They're focused. They were focused today. They wanted to win, and they didn't let their foot off the gas, no matter what was happening on the floor. We had some bad decisions and turnovers. We turned the page, and we haven't been a team that turns the page. We've been a team that would complain here or there and not get back on defense, but we just turned the page. It was beautiful for them to play that way because we're always harping, let's get back. I think Lay had some turnovers, and usually she'll just stay in the moment. She got back. She got steals. She got another layup. So it is those kind of plays that will close the gap with some of the, some of the things that we need to improve in.
You've talked a lot about this team being young, daycare, all that, but Sanaya's a senior, Breezy's a senior. Do you feel like you're maybe starting to see some of the leadership void that was maybe lost with Camilla leaving last year with some of your seniors stepping up?
It's a collective effort. On any given night, it could be Breezy or Fagan or Powell or Ray, and it's a collection. It's a collection of our our seniors, the ones that have been there for a long time. They know, and then we got good followers. We got good people on this roster that won't rock the boat. They'll just fall in line. So it's a really good situation where they just hold each other accountable, and again, they have a sisterhood that they don't want to let each other down. If that means checking someone, they'll do it, and it's not taken any other way besides getting us better.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Who y'all got today? Good answer. Good answer while I got this mic.